Hello, everyone.
Hi,
How is it going?
I'm doing good. How about you today?
I'm fine. I am a little bit tired because I had been going to the gym and also doing Pilates. And today I feel like my body is telling me, please rest.
Ah, yeah, it's important. Exactly. Uh, wait, just I'm coming with my other computer to make sure like we can stream.
No
So
worries. We will be ready whenever you're ready.
nice, nice. All right. Um, wait, sorry, it's my bad. All right, so just I will cut off the camera and some ear, mic. Allô, 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 allô. Okay. Nice. Oh, in the same time, let me put messages on the chat. Tac, tac, tac. So are you used to do this specific workshop? Usually it's not just DeFi 101. I saw like recently you have done something with Ethereum Mexico. Not you, but like Anthony, I guess. Yeah. Tuk, 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 tuk. Ah, oh, wait.
Yeah,
Okay.
Diana, I have been building test sessions and everyone can use it everywhere. So yeah,
No,
basically we are using the same content.
okay. Nice. I need to put myself as a host. One bit.
Hello, Rocio.
Okay, nice. Um, okay. Static. Host. Pa, pa, pa. Host. Make host. Change host. Okay. Right now I'm host with the others. Ah, no, 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 no. Please, please come back here. Okay. Tac is done. So right now I will start the stream in like 1 minute. So just wait a bit as usual. Okay. It's because I'm using OBS Studio. I don't know if you know OBS Studio is like great for streaming stuff, but needs some parameters first. Set up.
Mm, I had been using StreamYard,
Ah, yes.
but I don't know how to use it, like, for example, from a Google Meet or a Zoom call to a stream. That's something I haven't really figured out yet. Maybe it's possible, but so far I only using it to stream and then show it in other platforms like YouTube or Twitter.
Yeah, the thing, like StreamYard is like we need to pay first, and the thing is like you can just have one host, and so not talking with the
Mm.
community. And I think like the community part is super important. I like to reply to questions, etc. So that's why I'm using more OBS rather than StreamYard itself. Yeah.
I should try it. I will try it next time. And it's a open source program, right?
OBS Studio, yeah, you can use it.
Great. Anyway, everyone, we are just here learning about streaming platforms. And
Exactly,
then
exactly.
we can start with the Uniswap things.
Yeah, so I'm creating the broadcast now and all good. Stack technology, MyScriber, OBS, bam, bam, bam. Create broadcast. Yeah, nice. Stack, stack, stack. Success, post. So I'm tweeting the live and all good. Like we can wait 30 seconds to make sure, like to see the banner of introduction to Uniswap. And that's fine then. Okay, okay. Um, mm, is it all good for you? Okay, nice. Let's go. You can talk right now.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay,
potentially I
okay.
will introduce you then again. Um, so yeah, thanks everyone for coming. So today is a session more related to Uniswap itself. So because the first one was related to DeFi basics, exploring use cases, what is that, etc., and so on. And so right now is more focused on the products and specific things like what is a DEX and everything around that. So if you have any question more specific to Uniswap, it's the perfect session, I mean. So welcome again, Sandra from Uniswap. If you want to reintroduce briefly yourself, yeah, we were talking like we were working a lot before together. Um, and I appreciate some time. I remember, by the way, the first time we saw each other, it was at ETC. You got a scholarship to come at ETC, right?
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago, I think, in Paris. It was very interesting. I got no, at that time I was working with another DeFi protocol, and they would took me to this trip because we had an own sign there. But I had been also going or attending to other events, like for example, Ethereum Rio, thanks to scholarships. So yeah, this is very important, and I hope that for this year that there is plenty opportunities for everyone to come for this to DevCon, that you can apply for it, and yeah, take the opportunity to join to these big the big events that are around there. And this is really important because we don't really see the magic behind the events, but when we go and attend to one, we can meet people like Solen in person, and maybe in 1 or 2 years we are doing things together. That are the things that can happen if you go apply and attend to these big events.
Yeah, totally. And I remember like DEF CON was in Bogota 3 years ago. It was my first like DEF CON Connect event. It was super nice and it's like a real boost. I mean, in terms of connection, in terms of ambition. So I really hope some people will attend Dev Connect too. And yeah, I hope it's something game changer for your journey as it was for a lot of people like Sandra and I. All right, let's
Ah,
start.
I had the lucky that, or I was lucky because I just moved to Bogota the same year that DevCon happened here. So it was amazing to be right in the place where everything happened.
Exactly, exactly. With all the bright minds in the industry. All right, all good.
Okay, so I'm going to introduce myself again, just in case there is anyone that doesn't know me yet. But yeah, basically, I am Sandra Carrillo. I am working currently, or I'm part of the Uniswap Labs team. And I am part of the community management team. Basically, we are working towards educating more people out there about Uniswap products, about Uniswap in general, and of course about DeFi. And the idea is that we can help you all to understand more about DeFi, but also how to use Uniswap and yeah, take advantage or use these tools for your daily use. So, okay, I'm going to start talking about intro to Uniswap. This is focused more about the protocol and also about the products that allow you to use it right now that Uniswap Labs has been building. We are going to start with a quick intro to Uniswap. We are going to talk about what's Uniswap. Also, then we are going to look or on an overview again on what's DeFi for the people that wasn't here in the first session, but for the people that attended to the first session, this is going to be just an overview about what we talk in the first session. Then we are going to learn what are DEXs or exchange, decentralized exchange. And we are going to finish this session talking or showcasing a little bit for you all the products that where you can use Uniswap protocol that are built by Uniswap Labs. For example, we have an interface, Unichain, trading API, wallet. We are going to learn how to set up your Uniswap wallet, and I'm going to do a demo on one-click swaps. And this is a happy day because we use launch something new called flash blocks on Unichain. So I'm going to have the opportunity to show you not only one-click swaps that are very interesting to help the user experience out there, but also the flash flux will allow us to see how fast it can be. So this is going to be a fun experience today. If you by the way, if you have any question, please share it in the chat. I am very happy to read it and solve it or answer it as soon as possible so we can make it more like a conversation instead of just a workshop where I just tell you a lot of things. So yeah, feel free to share your question if you are in the Zoom. If you are in the live stream, well, you can share your questions there probably, and we could read it over here. So yeah, let's start with what is Uniswap. I'm going to explain it like with technical words first, and then I'm going to explain with an example that makes people understand it better. So the Uniswap protocol is a peer-to-peer system that is designed for exchanging crypto assets that are ERC tokens on the chains that are compatible with EVM or the Ethereum virtual machine. So this protocol is a set of not immutable smart contracts that are designed for permissionless assets, self-custody, and trustless execution, eliminating intermediaries or centralized control. So what does this really mean without all these big words? Basically, we have a smart contract here that will help traders that want to exchange one token for another token, for example, Ether for exchanging for USDC. So for us as users, we just go to the Uniswap interface or any of the products that I'm going to share with you in some minutes. And basically, we just have Ether and exchange it for USDC, and we don't really have to understand what is happening behind this. But today we are going to learn what is happening behind that. Because for this exchange to happen really fast, we need these people around here that are liquidity providers. What these people are doing is that they have some tokens that maybe they are not going to use right now, and for example, instead of just holding these tokens or staking the tokens, you can come with your tokens. You have part of Ether and part of USDC. and you can provide liquidity, provide this token as liquidity. So this smart contract can use them to give it to the traders whenever they need it. The thing is that here, Uniswap is not taking your tokens. We are use like a bridge here for people to use it to make the exchanges or to make the swaps. And that's why we are called Uniswap, universal swaps, basically, or universal exchange. So the idea is that thanks to these liquidity providers, we can always have some liquidity here to make easily these swaps or exchange. What does these people win because they are doing this? They win some earnings because all these exchanges they are needs to have not only gas fee for the blockchain but also fees because they are using our interface, for example, or wallet. So these people win a part or a percentage of that fee that Uniswap is charging in every of these swaps. So, for example, if you have some tokens that you are not going to use, that you know that you don't want to exchange for fiat or you won't be using in the next hours or days, you can come here, provide liquidity, and this is going to give you some earnings. This is a little bit deeper, not only the way I'm telling you about it, but this is the big idea here and that allows people to use come here and make an exchange. I see that we have a didn't know about universal swap. Yeah. So basically, that's how Uniswap works. And the example that I wanted to give you is that this is basically just like exchange currency exchange office. When you go to another country, you can go with your debit card or your credit card from your bank. But the thing is that sometimes, and it has happened to me, that I go to another country and I take my card from Colombia and I am spending in another country. And when I try to pay with my card, the bad news is that I can't because the bank sees that I'm in another country and they just can block my card and in order to allow me, I have to I had to notice the bank before my travel, or I have to go to a ATM in the country, for example, in Colombia, to unlock it. So yeah, those are the kind of things that usually happens when you travel. And to avoid that, we usually go, for example, to a currency exchange office and bring our currency and exchange it to another one. For example, if I am in Colombia, I can exchange Colombian pesos for euros if I want to go to visit Seoul and I could do that. But when I do it, basically the exchange office, they are going to ask me a lot of things. They are going to give me a paper so I can fill out all my data, and also they will look into how many money they have to see if they can exchange this for me. So I'm going to lose like probably 15 or 20 minutes in a exchange office filling the paper, giving them the money, then counting the money, and all this happening in person. That is also a little bit dangerous depending on how much money do you want to exchange. So yeah, this is Uniswap is basically like this, like the exchange office, but without all the paperwork and without all this time losing waiting for the intermediary. Rosie is asking is if all the swaps cost fee. Yeah, all the swap has two fees, and we can see it. Let me check. We can see it right now. Okay, I'm going to show you this quickly. Here is the Uniswap interface. I'm getting ahead of what we should be learning right now, but just to show you how it works. I'm going to tell this that I want $5 by USDC for Ether. And when you come here, you will see that you have this part that says the rate, but also has the fee. Right now, because it's Ethereum, it's a little bit high, and because we are exchanging Ether that has been um, really used so far, you will see that the gas fee is a little bit high. But when you go and look, you can see that the fee, the major fee, is the network cost. But the fee that Uniswap is taking from this or is charging is just very small compared to what the network cost is taking. And if we use another L2, for example, let's use Unichain. I'm going to show you what is Unichain in some slides. Basically, when we are using this, we can see that the gas fee is way lower. It's now $1. And for example, we have the network cost that is way less, and also we have the fee that Uniswap is charging, because those fees will be useful for the LPs, the liquidity providers, that are going to win a part of those fees. So yeah, this is how Uniswap is is built and how is usable. And not all fees are high. And I think that 2 years ago or 3 years ago, when I started using DeFi apps, the fees were like really high, like $60 or something like that. And now I feel that $4 can be high, but yeah, that's how we have been progressing a lot in terms of the gas fee of the L1s and L2s. So let's move on and go back to into to DeFi and decentralized exchange. Before going to decentralized exchange, I just wanted to make a quick overview on what is DeFi. We talked about this in the last session, and basically DeFi refers to an ecosystem of financial applications and protocols that are built on blockchains, and it's centered around the idea of giving anyone the access to services and tools with real-world financial applications. So, for example, I can show you here that here I'm connected with my uni tag name, that is San Carrillo, but I can use another name. I can use Solen or whatever, and people won't ever know what is this, if this is my real name or no. Or I can just use my wallet without any ENS. So that's something that you can basically access to any DeFi application without using any of your real data. And here I am just using the Uniswap extension, that is another product of Uniswap, but I could use any other wallet, and Uniswap won't ever ask me about any of my data about my identity. So DeFi is just decentralized finance, financial tools without banks, and these are powered by blockchains. Okay, I have a question over here. In TradFi, where we can transfer money from different banks, is it the same in DeFi? For example, if I have an Uniswap account, can I transfer tokens to someone using Coinbase? Yeah, you can transfer tokens from your any of your wallet to another wallet without any issue. For example, I'm using right now Uniswap extension, but I could be using any of the other wallets around out there, and still it's possible for me to send tokens to anyone using not only Uniswap wallet but also any other wallet. What I need is that the wallet of the other person is connected to the same blockchain, because, for example, I cannot send tokens from my Uniswap wallet to someone using Starnet, for example, because we are not supporting a Starnet yet. So that's something that you had to have in mind, that we have like a lot of blockchain around there. So you only need to check that the other person is using a wallet that allows them to receive tokens in the specific blockchain you want to use. But for example, with the Uniswap wallet, you can send tokens to at least 14 chains. So that should cover a lot of the EVMs. And other question, does the fee differ with different amounts, or is the same regardless of amount? It's the same regardless of the amount. So yeah, you can send one K and it will be probably the same $4 that we saw. In the case of Ethereum, because it's a L1 or yeah, it's the main network, so they don't have like reduced gas. But for example, if you use Unichain or any other L2, the gas fees will be very much lower than $4. Okay, so let's talk about what are DEXs. Okay, this word just means decentralized exchange, as is stated here, and these are peer-to-peer marketplace that allows users to swap crypto assets without any intermediary. You may be familiar with other exchanges that are centralized because they have a centralized entity that what they really do is that they match our orders. So they hold the custody of your funds and curate also which assets can be traded. And so, for example, if I want to use any other centralized exchange, let's say Binance, Bitso, and any of these big exchanges that are out there, basically they are going to create which assets can you exchange. So, for example, if someone launch a coin today and it's very popular, and you want to exchange it, probably it won't be possible in one of these centralized exchange because they need to add this token to their token list. While in Uniswap, uh, just as and in the moment where this token is launched in any of these 14 chains, basically you are going to be able to exchange your USDC or any token for that token because we don't have like a filter for that. So now in the DEXs or in the decentralized exchange, you can use come and trade or swap your crypto assets without an intermediary that is like matching orders or holding custody of your funds. For example, I can go and make a swap on or do a swap on Uniswap, and Uniswap is not taking the custody of any of my tokens. They're just giving me like the platform to do this swap. But and even if I am doing liquidity provision, Uniswap won't really custody my funds. They are just giving me that bridge to make my liquidity be used in the swaps, so I can add liquidity in like right now, and in 5 minutes I can just remove that liquidity, and Uniswap will never tell me no, you cannot do this, or I can just leave the liquidity there for 5 years, and I am able to remove it whenever I want to. So yeah, decentralized exchange is a set of smart contracts that facilitates direct peer-to-peer crypto swaps, just as you saw here. Basically, this is how a lot of decentralized exchange work. We have liquidity providers, we have an smart contracts, and we have users or traders that are going to use this liquidity to exchange one token for another. And yeah, so decentralized exchange offer users much more control and autonomy because yeah, basically you own the custody of your funds and you don't have to wait so for the exchange to add a token you want to exchange or a chain you want to exchange. That's something very interesting and useful about DX and or DEXs. I think that someone asked a question about this, like what's the difference between centralized exchange and decentralized exchange in the first session. Yeah, this is the difference. We are way open and offer more control and autonomy. So now I'm going to talk about what is like the suite
Potent-
of products.
Potentially, as well, we can think about centralized exchange, where it's kind of more easier to hack or whatever. I don't know if you want to talk about the different hack that can happen, like if your smart contract is not enough secure, what are the risks as well to rely on only into a centralized exchange? I don't know.
Yeah, we can talk about the risk of only relying about on centralized exchange. I think that one example that covers all the risks is FTX that happened. Well, we all know what happened with FTX 2 years ago. Basically, everyone lost their funds, and when FTX, after they went to a trial and everything, they started to give back people the tokens that were locked in this centralized exchange, but they sent less than the majority had. So it was like a tragedy basically for all the crypto ecosystem. And yeah, because when you are trusting in a centralized exchange, basically you are depending on this centralized exchange, and that they do everything correct, or they do everything as it should be. But what if they don't? What if they do things like FTX? Basically, your funds are on risk, while using a decentralized exchange allow you to not rely on a company, but rely on the smart contracts. And for example, in the case of Uniswap, we have a big or we have been always trying to have the best security for our users. So, for example, we haven't been hacked like in all the years that Uniswap has. So that's another way to also look into DeFi protocols on this decentralized exchange and see what's the best option for you. Not, I'm not going to say that you just have to use Uniswap because there are a lot of decentralized exchange around there. But before using it, you have to do like your own research on, okay, is this one reliable? I can trust in this one. And I will always recommend better to use decentralized exchange than centralized exchange, because the decentralized ones give you the confidence that you are not trusting just in a company, in kind of a bank. You are trusting in basically smart contracts that are audited and can help you to be more secure with your tokens being safe, and that you will be always able to withdraw your tokens and use it however you want to. I don't know if that was helpful for what you wanted to talk, Celine.
Yeah, yeah, perfect.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's move on the Uniswap Labs suite. There are many ways to use these protocols, this protocol that I show you here, and not only the ones built by Uniswap, but I'm going to tell you about the ones that had been built by Uniswap Labs team. These are tools that are built for DeFi. In the past session, we saw that Uniswap is a composable building block for DeFi. So for using that, we have created some things that you can use whenever you want, totally decentralized. The first one is the Uniswap web app. That is this one that I showed you some minutes ago. You can go access into app uniswap.org. And basically what this is a web interface that allows for easy interaction with the Uniswap protocol. The interface is only one of the many ways to interact with the Uniswap protocol. And in fact, if you're using any DeFi aggregator, probably, or any DeFi aggregator, you are probably going to interact with Uniswap at some point, even when the aggregator doesn't says that is interacting with Uniswap. But yeah, we allow people to come to this interface and make swaps whenever they want. You can access to this not only on desktop or laptop, but also using your mobile and connecting any wallet basically. And right now, I think it has 14 chains that are available. Then we also have Unichain, that is a DeFi native Ethereum L2. No, I don't know if you have seen L2s in the three packs only. I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah, because like people are already familiar with base Lisk, actually also Celo, and so Unichain, we didn't deep dive into it yet, so it's the
Mhm.
perfect moment because
Yeah,
I mean, we are more focused on the supply chain ecosystem, so it's perfect.
awesome. Yeah, because Unichain is an L2 that is built on top of Ethereum, just as base. And in fact, we are built in the same superchain that base is built. And we don't want to just compete with other L2s, but we want to be the home of liquidity across chains. For example, in the Optimism superchain, the idea is that we can have interoperability in all these L2s that are built using Superchain. So, for example, maybe in the future, I hope so, we can be the liquidity home for the liquidity that is going to be used across Base, Optimism, and other L2s that are built on top the Superchain. So this offers fast, low-cost trading and seamless access to cross-chain markets for traders, developers, and liquidity providers. In fact, today we launched the flash blocks that allows the transactions to be as fast as 200 milliseconds. That's way like less time that it could take in any other chain. So I'm going to show you that in the swap demo so we can experience about this uh, live and you can see how you can use it. And this is not only for DeFi apps, but also for other kinds of use case. For example, there is a game called Unimon that where you can play and have some battles like in a Pokemon style. And behind this game, they are using hooks that is something that you can build with Uniswap technology. So yeah, that's a little bit deeper, but we can talk about that in another session in the future. So we also have the Uniswap. Yeah, someone saw my post today of the flash blocks. Okay. Also, we have the Uniswap Trading API that give access to deep liquidity and lower prices with the same trading API that currently empowers our Uniswap Labs products. So what we are doing here is that the API that we use on our Uniswap interface now can be used by other entities or other institutions. So this gives them enterprise-grade access to DeFi liquidity. It enables on-chain settlement, advanced execution strategies, and access to 1,000 of assets. And all from this trusted source that is the Uniswap trading API. And this is another way when I told you that you may have used Uniswap without knowing, is because there is a lot of fintech and other big crypto companies that are using this in their own products, but they won't say it because it's okay. They are going to marketing other things. But yeah, we are like very presence. We have a strong presence in a lot of products out there. And this allows that if you, for example, are going or thinking on building I don't know, a DeFi aggregator or something like that in the future, you could use this trading API to make it better or make it faster. And last but not least, we have the Uniswap wallet. That is a mobile app, but also can be, or you can also use it as a browser extension. And it's a self-custody wallet to interact with on-chain apps and swap, send, receive, and receive crypto around 40 networks or 40 chains. And yes, I had told you you could use it from your iOS phone or an Android phone, or you can use the browser extension. This demo swap that I'm going to do is going to be using the browser extension, so that will be great. But yeah, I have my Uniswap wallet on my phone, and you can use it. And something that I really love is that when you are creating your new wallet, you can add a username that is very similar to the ENS, or is just an ENS, but it's completely free for you when you are creating your account here. So you can just decide to create your username using your name or whatever you want, and this will make way easier that for you to send and receive money. So instead of copying and paste all these numbers, you can just say, okay, this is my unit tag, or this is my username, and that will be all. And this is completely free for new users. And also we have something that I'm going to show you right now that is one-click swaps that are smart wallets that are now supported on Uniswap products. And what this give to you is that now new wallets can created on Uniswap mobile or extension will be smart wallets by default. You don't need to set this up, but this means that you can swap in just one click with less gas. So you don't have to approve, review, and also approve any of these tokens. You just have to do one click. For example, this is a video that explains very well. Before you have to do all these clicks, at least 3 or 4, for to make a swap. But now you can just do a swap in one click, and this is awesome. Not only you can access to it this with the Uniswap wallet, but also with any wallet that has a smart wallet supported, and you can use that in Uniswap. But when you do it when you open your or create your Uniswap wallet account, this is something that is already set up for you.
Could you talk more just like for them? What is a smart wallet?
Yeah, a smart wallet help you to, okay, let's talk about how was the state, what was the state of the business before smart wallets. Basically, before you have to do a lot of clicks and a lot of permission. For example, here you had to click on approve, then to sign, then to confirm, and then had to click again to confirm the swap. These were like 4 clicks and 4 signatures in order to do one transaction. And this is like that because in order to maintain the security on the majority of change, before we had this way, where we had to approve everything we are going to do in one transaction. But now smart wallets are helping anyone that is part of this to do all these 4 actions that we saw before using one click. So in this, when we are doing, when we are clicking here, we are just basically saying that we are signing, approving, reviewing, and confirming in one transaction. And this is thanks to a new protocol, I think, to a new improvement proposal that was on Ethereum that is called 5792 wallets that now give you the possibility to, instead of doing 4 things separately, you can just do it in one click. So this is how we are getting better user experience, or we are building a better user experience. This is not only available on Uniswap wallet. There is also a lot of other wallets that are using these smart wallets. And I think that this is the future, and more than the future, this is the present. Yeah, now we can start thinking that we shouldn't be using wallets that don't offer this to us, because these are is doing that our user experience is way better than before. Uh, yeah, 3 clicks is too much now. And I think that, for example, when we are onboarding someone new, if we have to tell them that they have to do 3, 4 clicks for one transaction, they will just leave the conversation as soon as possible. But now with smart wallets, we are way closer to a experience more like a Web2 experience, that just with one click you can do a transaction. So yeah, this is how smart wallets works. Also, yeah, you can use your Face ID to sync transactions too. For example, on the phone, I can use my Face ID, or in Android phones, you can use also your finger tip. I wanted to also give you this the setup steps. Basically, if you scan this code, you can download your wallet. I think that here, that will take you to the wallet page. And there you can decide if you prefer to download it on iOS, on Android, or if you want the Chrome extension, if you are using Chrome, for example. And here is very easily, you can download the wallet, open the Uniswap wallet app and select create a wallet. Then you can create your username, that is an ENS. That is a much better way to receive and send payments using a username instead of the big numbers and letters that we usually have as our wallet address. And you can continue or you can skip that and set up this later. It doesn't mean that you have to do it just when you are onboarding. You can turn out your push notifications, and as Solen say, you can come and push and set up your touch or face ID, also to your biometrics in general. And yeah, just like that, your wallet has been created and you have your Unitag, and that allows you to start sending and receiving tokens with Uniswap wallet. And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to leave this here while I'm going to show you how the extension works. And here I have it. And as you
By
can
the
see
way,
here, I have.
it's so rare to see this kind of extension, and I really love it. Like the UX itself, like it's not just a pop-up that are coming up, you know. It's really like a real extension where you can find everything. I mean, like it's super cool like this.
Yeah. Yeah, as you can see here, I'm not like stopping doing what I'm already doing. I'm sharing a slide, and I just opening a sidebar here. And this is amazing because I don't have to stop and have a big pop-up here that says things. I just can continue doing whatever I'm doing while I'm using my extension here. And you can also pin it here. So whenever you want to use it, you can just click there. And for example, here I have my Unitag. Before we have to copy and paste all these numbers. Look at that, that's a lot. What if I told my mom, okay, send me tokens here? He will be like, what is that? Now I can just say, send money to my unit, because at the end, this is my ENS. And this is something that you get in your onboarding. And here, this is in Spanish because obviously I am a Spanish speaker. So usually use it in Spanish. But what it says here is swap, buy, sell, send, and receive. And tokens, NFTs, and activity. And I'm going to show you, I don't want to click here. Okay, I'm just going to show you a swap, showing you a one-click swap, but also showing you how fast it is right now to do a swap in Unichain. That's like the flash blocks that we launched today. I'm going to click here in swap, and I'm going to select Ether in Unichain Ether. And I'm going to select USDC. So I want to get, let's say that I want to get 10 USDC. And I have that over here. Here it says review. I'm going to review. Yeah, this is what I want. I want to exchange this for this. And I'm going to say swap. And that's all. One click. And it's just swap it in less than 1 second, I think. And this is thanks to the flash blocks that allows us now in Unichain to make transaction in every 200 milliseconds. That's less wait than a second. And yeah, you can do it something like this here. Obviously, you can also swap in any other chain, but I just wanted to show you how you can do it on Unichain. And also here you can see all the tokens you have available on Unichain. Any token that is right now deploy it in Unichain is available here. And as you can see here, you can also have like all the tokens from different chains. So you don't have to add a token or add a chain. Here it will appear. And also another thing that I love about this is that you can just come here and decide if you want to exchange native tokens like Ether from one chain to another. So I can decide that I want to exchange Ether from Unichain to Base. And yeah, I able to do this from here. Uh, let's say that I want to send this. And I can do this from here. And this is an exchange between chains, as you are seeing, Unichain to Base, and the cost is very low. It will take a little bit more, but yeah, the idea is that I can do this, and now it will be appearing in my token list. Yeah, it's exchanged, and it will be appearing here as a token that I have. Probably I need to close this to share it probably. Ah, here it is. Okay, base Ether. So yeah, just like that, you can use it not only for swap with one-click swaps and flash blocks on Unichain and any other chain, but also to exchange your tokens from one chain to another without leaving the app. And this, just as you are seeing this, is not only the same user experience in the Uniswap extension, but also in the fund. This is the just like the way that is shown in the phone for the mobile app. So yeah, I don't know if there is any question over here. Okay, how is the biometric data from Touch ID or Face ID store? This is processed by Apple, for example. This is not something we store. We are just using their technology. Same with Android. We are not storing any data from you. We are just using this from the phone architecture. So at the end, it works very similar to Apple Pay or to Google Pay.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's more about cryptography itself, like with elliptic curve, etc. So it's more topic related to infra, and so it's something that you can deep dive later if you are part, for example, to ZK and Privacy Bulldog Club, and also like Women in Ethereum protocol.
yeah, in fact, I would love to have that explanation in my mind because I know that people from Starnet really explain this very well when they talk about smart wallets. But right now, I don't have all the information on my mind to share it. But I will look for it and will send it in the Telegram group so you can have an idea about this. Because they explain that you already have cryptographic protection on your phone when you're using Apple Pay or Google Pay or something like that. So what we are using is that to add that layer of protection here. And for example, you can also set it up so you can only see the amounts or you can only access to your Uniswap wallet app if the phone sees that is you, that you are the person with the Face ID, for example. So yeah, this is great. We are living in amazing times on DeFi because this is much better than it was before. And yeah, that's all for today in this case. This was way shorter than the last one, but yeah, these are my contact data. I'm Sandra Carrillo, as I told you before. I'm community manager for LATAM. Here is my email and also my handle for Twitter. So my DMs are always open. If you have any question about Uniswap or about DeFi, I will be completely glad to help you. And yeah, I'm also in the Telegram groups of Deep 3 Pack. So if you use tag me there, I will be glad to help you over there. I don't know if there is any question or do you have anything else to add, Celine?
Looks so great. okay for us. I think I want to learn a lot. Mirala.
Okay, we have a question. Would it make it less secure if we are using Apple, etc., to store the Face ID logins? What will need to be hacked, compromised for us to lose our money? Okay, but also the Uniswap wallet works like any other wallet in terms of you having your private key. So for you to lose your money, you will have to lose your private key. So basically, that's the biggest risk we have because yes, we can have this security layer of Face ID or biometrics in general. But if you lost your private key, basically, or you give it to anyone else, basically that person will have access to your money. Not in the fund won't really matter if it's the same person or not. So yeah, that's the only way that you could lose your funds. Also, if you interact with any malicious on-chain app, that's another way. But yeah, the idea is that it doesn't happen. And for example, what we also have on Uniswap is that let me see if I can show it here. When you are going to connect your wallet to an app, I'm going to disconnect here. It's going to tell you what this app is about. And here I open the extension. And yeah, here it says that Uniswap, it has this like verification signal that shows you that this site is good or secure to connect. So yeah, you can see that, and it also going to tell you what are the permissions that you are giving to that app, and you can decide if you connect or not to that site. So that's another way to protect ourselves from malicious on-chain dApps. And yeah, those are two ways to protect us. Thank you everyone for being here today again. And I really hope that you enjoyed this talk. And yeah, see you in the chat, but also see you in any future talks. Thank you, Solen, for bringing me here and have this great time with the Trip Pack crew.
Thanks a lot, Sandra, for everything. It was some nice session. And yeah, like um, and anyway, some people already register for the Uniswap Hook Incubator, so some are already deep diving into it. And let's see later, yes, to host some session more related to hooks for builders because this one was more about user side, and which is super important for you before building anything. So yeah, all right. Thanks again, and yeah, let's keep in touch. And don't hesitate to send a message to Sandra on Telegram if you have any question. Like she is a mentor from the Tripack too, so don't hesitate. All
Thank you,
right,
everyone. Have a great day.
to just take care. Bye.